What if you could stake your XRP, earn passive income, and dive into DeFi, all without leaving the XRP ledger? That's exactly what Flare Network is bringing to the table with F assets and game-changing DeFi ecosystem. Welcome to Zip Tips Crypto, where we break down the hottest trends in the macro view for utility-driven digital assets. Hi, I'm Zip, here to share the journey of crypto with you. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this information out as we discuss how the financial system is changing, as well as the tools to allow us to gain access to new avenues of income in the future. And that's what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're unpacking XRP staking on Flare and more. F assets and minting FXRP has been tested on the test network, which is Songbird, for a while now, and it will be live on Flare coming soon. So let's go ahead and dive into this information. So we know XRP is an absolute beast for cross-border payments, and many of you understand that. But here's the catch. The XRP ledger doesn't support smart contracts natively yet. There's no native staking. There's no DeFi, no yield farming, no lending, really nothing for us to do except hold XRP and wait for price increases, which, believe me, is absolutely coming. And I still believe by Q4 of this year, with everything that is going on in the environment, that price action is coming. But to gain wealth, we want to find other verticals to make money and preserve our money. So I've talked about, as part of my exit strategy, I've never planned to exit all of my XRP holdings. Now, this is not financial advice, and you're going to have to do what you want to do. But before you make the choice, at least learn about some of these options and the possibilities in the future as we look towards what's going on. And that's where Flare Network enters. It's a layer 1 blockchain that will bridge XRP into DeFi as FXRP. It's a programmable token that unlocks endless possibilities. So just think about it. Lending, borrowing, trading, and it's basically going to be providing liquidity, all with XRP. Flare's already got a mature DeFi stack, unlike the XRP EVM sidechain, which is still just starting to build its apps. So we see here, Flare says, summer of 2025, Ripple builds the rails, and Flare unlocks the playground. And that's exactly what is coming, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I'm excited to bring you this information that we're going to dive deep into. So exactly how does it work? So right now, we know they've been testing on Flare, or on Songbird, should I say, and with the minting of FXRP. And I've played with it just to become familiar with it, because you should always become familiar with the environments before you start jumping in. So here's how it works. Flare's F assets, like FXRP, are going to be backed one-to-one tokens. So basically, deposit your XRP into a protocol, managed wallet, not custodial. It's your wallet. You still own the keys for it, and it's fully decentralized. On Flare, FXRP is going to be minted, letting you tap into DeFi. Want your XRP back? Easy enough. Burn the FXRP, and it's returned, trustless, thanks to Flare's State Oracle and Time Series Oracle. This is just absolutely huge, and it's just pure blockchain magic. So again, they're teaming up with different protocols out there, Kinetics being one of them, to where you can lend your FXRP out to create capital and to do more, basically more utility with your XRP. So now, here's the fun part, the yields, right? We're talking about passive income. So with FXRP, you can earn in 3 different ways. First, DeFi. So think 5 to 10% APY in liquidity pools are lending markets like Kinetic. Now, remember, liquidity pools, and when you're getting into this environment, there are some lessons to learn here. So you want to be careful and you want to step through these processes. And that's why you test this stuff on Songbird and you play with it so you understand the mechanisms a little bit more and what the gotchas are. But second, there's secured services networks or SSNs where FXRP boosts other projects. Security, meaning you're earning governance tokens or fees because you're allowing them to lock up and secure the network with your FXRP. Thirdly, staking rewards. Secure Flare on the sidechain. So traditional staking, just like staking on Hedera, or if you're ADA, Cardano, and where you can earn 5% annually in tokens. Now, unlike risky AMMs with impermanent loss and some of the other shady stuff that can go on there with funds, Flare staking is absolutely low risk and it's transparent. I've been staking and earning passive income and getting more Flare tokens for a while now. It's really easy and there's not much that you really need to do. So if you already have Flare and you haven't been taking advantage of those monthly airdrops, that's something else to look at. Or you can just delegate your Flare if you don't want to stake it or if you don't have enough Flare. It's $50,000. It's 50,000 Flare minimum in order to stake. But the point here is there's a multitude of ways to absolutely earn passive income within the Flare DeFi ecosystem. So why Flare over other protocols? Well, one, it's got a head start with a robust DeFi ecosystem, DEXs like smart DEX, lending, which we were talking to, and real world assets. As you can see here, this is just some of the total value that's locked on Flare currently. And this is only going to be growing a lot more in the future, without a doubt. So again, other things, Kinetic. So they've teamed up with Kinetic to provide easy lending and borrowing on Flare. So again, we're looking at other verticals in order to utilize our XRP to make more passive income with. So what's Flare's vision? Well, it's pretty huge. Okay. It's a protocol. They're going to have protocol managed wallets and Ts, which offer unmatched security for cross-chain bridging, unlike centralized bridges that get hacked. Flare's State Connector pulls data into any blockchain, making it a DeFi hub for XRP. And that's one of the big reasons why I like it and love what they're doing going into the future, because I'm always looking for ways to maximize more yield for my XRP, for any of my crypto in the future. But again, they've got a huge vision going on and the infrastructure is absolutely secure and state of the art with what they're building on Flare. Plus, again, it's protocol, it's custodial, meaning non-custodial, meaning you're holding your XRP securely. You own the keys for all this. If you have a Bifrost wallet, if you're using MetaMask, and you're just minting your XRP in order to create FXRP. So again, Flare is growing. The buying and the selling of XRP is extremely cool. I got that. XRP is one of my favorite holdings, but finding ways to leverage it and earn other streams of income is vital for long-term wealth, not just getting rich, but wealth going into the future. And we know that the U.S. administration is providing crypto support for DeFi now. We'll get in that in a minute. But if we come here and we look at the DeFi hub and take a closer look at the growth, remember this just came out in February. And these are some of the cool things that Flare has within the environment. Liquidation-free leverage again, treasury bill yields, perpetual futures using the smart DEX, lending and borrowing we talked to with Kinetic, automatic trading strategies, DEX liquidity management compliance, compliant futures, FI, liquid staking, which with Scepter, which I've been using them for a while now to earn up to 40% back on S Flare, which turns right back into Wrap Flare, which I can turn back into Flare. Again, this environment is a little bit different than just holding and waiting for price movement. So yeah, it takes some learning in there, but that's why I wanted to bring some of this information to you especially if you're new or if you're seasoned vet and you've been here for a while and you keep hearing about this Flare information. Here's some of the DeFi growth that's been going on and the total value that's currently locked within the Flare environment. Again, $80 million thus far, which is going to grow extremely further than that, especially as the institutions begin to come in and real world assets. We hear tokenization being talked about all over the place by Larry Fink and by the big boys and the institutions that absolutely are looking to tokenize. So an absolutely fun environment. And again, as I was saying, we know that the U.S. administration is providing crypto support for DeFi into the future. The president last Thursday signed a bill to nullify expanded crypto broker rules, which basically were just overcomplicated DeFi reporting rules. So with the administration backing us, with him wanting us to be the crypto capital of the world, part of that is setting us up in a DeFi environment. So where's this all headed? We know that DeFi is set to explode as institutions join this game and as regulatory structure is laid down. We know they're working on the stable coins, and we know the framework stuff is coming right behind that. I was listening to an interview today. These bills understand they're not going to be absolutely perfect, and we're not going to get everything that we need out of them right away, but they will continue as the technology starts to be utilized. The bills will be updated and more bills will come behind that to align it with all the tech as the institutions become comfortable with it. Flare is absolutely poised to lead by cracking open markets like a trade finance, letting you and me earn yields that banks have hogged for decades and have been doing in the background. We now, for the first time in history, are going to have the capability to utilize this technology, utilize our precious XRP, and make yield off of that. With XRP's global reach and Flare's tech, we absolutely could see FXRP powering $10 billion in DeFi total value locked by 2027. And when we look at other chains like Ethereum, when we saw the explosion that was going on in that environment and the development that was going on in that environment, that's what we are looking towards in the future with Flare. So again, Flare's edge, it's decentralized, it's scalable, and built for real world use. So it's coming, ladies and gentlemen. So want to get this information out in front of you. That's pretty much your rundown tonight on XRP staking with Flare, which is coming very, very soon to the Flare network. Now, will it redefine DeFi? Will it add more velocity of use for our XRP? And that's what we want with any money. And XRP absolutely is money. And you need velocity of money. You need movement of money to continue to make more money out there. If all you do is just sell your XRP and then you go to buy it and you buy non-appreciating assets, you're going to lose with inflation. We want to keep that velocity going. That is how wealth is created. And I'll be creating more videos on that in the near future. But again, drop your thoughts below. Smash the like button and follow me out on X for all the crypto info that's coming out, for all the great utility infrastructure and coins that are absolutely changing the financial infrastructure and the world in general and allowing us to actually participate in it for the first time with this technology. So again, until next time, please stay curious, keep that mindset on positive lock, and start picking your spot on the most beautiful beaches of the world, where we will be sitting together, telling stories, and earning passive income through DeFi protocols like Flare Network.